With me here today is Superwoman Batool.
Thank you.
You thought I wasn't going to say that? Everyone say hi, Batool.
I was hoping you would have.
No,
not a superwoman.
you are a superwoman. Well, to me, you're a superwoman. So, how many degrees are we counting now?
Well, by
With my fingers.
Yes, not you won't fit on one hand.
Hi everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your favorite girl here, Ella. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Over here we discuss all things law and I take you all on my journey to becoming a lawyer out here in Canada. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for rocking with me through this journey. If you haven't done so, please remember to like, share, subscribe, turn on your notification bell so you get notified whenever I post my videos. And if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comment section right now or at the end after you have watched. Thank you so much, Batool, for taking out time out of your busy schedule to have this interview today. We are going to be talking about how Batool has navigated a career, full-time career, whilst in law school, doing multiple programs and still surviving. So I guess my first question will be, tell us about yourself. Who is Batool?
Yeah, thank you, Ella. I really appreciate you asking me to come here and speak to everyone.
Yes.
I guess, what can I say about myself? I mean, I am currently working as a director of corporate sustainability at Aviso. Aviso is a subsidiary of Desjardins. So it's a financial services company. I have, throughout my career, which has spanned for about 15 years now, I've always worked in financial services, a little bit in legal, at RBC, TD, Norton Rose Fulbright, and now here. And it's always been in ESG, and that's sort of...
What is ESG?
So ESG stands for Environmental, Social, and Governance.
Okay.
And the purpose of it is to ensure that you're thinking of people, planet, products and services when you're doing business. So it's a way of doing responsible business.
Okay, so it's like corporate social responsibility.
Yeah, but more like corporate social responsibility 2.0, because it's not just, giving donations. It's also about looking at your operations. It's also about integrating like climate risk consideration, human capital risk considerations into your enterprise risk management frameworks. It's looking at how you do procurement. It's looking at how you design products and services for your clients. So it's more than just regular CSR, which is more around giving donations and volunteering.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you for that brief introduction about you and what you do. You sound like you have an amazing career, and your journey so far seems interesting. Why are you here? Why then law? Like
why law?
Why are you with us?
A lot of people ask me that question, and it's not something that I landed upon. Like, I didn't just wake up one day and decide to do law. I think over the years working in ESG, there has been a shift towards regulatory compliance, especially around environmental regulation, human rights considerations. Like we've got the Modern Slavery Act now, and a lot of that work exposed me to the legal side of things. So I would be in boardrooms, presenting to board of directors where these questions would come up. What is the legal implication of this? What is the risk of doing this? How do we make sure that we're in compliance of these regulations? And while I could certainly look it up, I didn't have the legal and technical license and expertise to be able to offer that advice professionally. And that's when I decided that, okay, maybe I do need to specialize a bit and get this law degree so I can do it more formally.
Okay, that sounds good. So how has your journey into the law been like? So you have a full career, you realize that there are some gaps that you have to fill. What did it take for you to say, okay, I'm gonna do this, and I'm not gonna go to a Canadian university, I'm gonna study abroad?
Yes, so that was again something that I had to explore and look into. I know the path to a law career in Canada is probably easier if you go to law school in Canada, but that wasn't the case for me because I was coming into the profession later on in my career.
Yes.
I already had a full-time job. Going to law school full-time meant giving up my job. So not only am I giving up income, I'm also taking on student debt. And I like my job, right? I didn't want to quit and go back to school just full-time. Unfortunately, Canada, at least Toronto, doesn't offer any part-time law programs.
Yes.
So that is a bit of a barrier for entry for people who are considering it late in their careers, working parents like myself, where you have to balance multiple responsibilities. So then I looked at the UK option, and I thought, okay, if I can do the UK option, I can do it on my own time because it gives me the flexibility of a hybrid program, something I can do online in a synchronous way, and also be able to continue to work. Understanding that journey would take really long because of course you have to get the degree and then also go through the NCA qualifications and all of that. So that's how I ended up picking the UK. For my law degree, I completed my LLB from the University of Essex, and I just finished a couple of months ago.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And because the degree was online, NCA requires you to do 2 years of in-person learning in Canada.
Yes.
So that's what I'm doing now, and that's why I'm here at UofT. I'm just finishing up my first year of that requirement, and next year will be my second year, and hopefully once that is complete, it's the last of my education journey.
How many degrees are we counting now?
Well,
with my fingers.
Yes, it won't fit on one hand.
You won't fit. Okay, I'm gonna need 2 hands. Put a finger down. I'm ready. Let's go.
I have an undergraduate degree in political science from York University.
What?
Then I got a master's in political science from University of Alberta. Then I moved to Edmonton. Yes.
I didn't know this.
Yes. Then I got an MBA from Schulich at York University.
3.
LLB at Essex, GPLLM in Canadian law,
5.
and GPLLM
Incoming.
in business law.
6. And you see why I said Superwoman. Like, why would I not say Superwoman? Oh my God. Okay. Thank you for sharing all that information. I'm sure that you'll be very, very inspiring to a lot of people watching and to myself as well. I tell a lot of women in our program that whenever I get tired, I look at you, I look at Rumiana, I look at Laura, who's pregnant, and I'm like, these ladies are doing it, they have their jobs, they're commuting, they're doing school, they have kids, like, what excuse do I have? Stand up and rise and go for that class and do that reading. So if you didn't know that already, know that you are actively or passively inspiring people like myself.
Thank you.
Thank you
I really
very much.
appreciate it, and I hope so, right?
Yeah.
Like, because oftentimes, especially women, have this perception that we can't have it all, we can't do it all, and I'm hoping my experience breaks that barrier and that stigma that women, it's too much for women, they can't handle it. If they have kids at home or if they have a full-time career, I think women can totally have it all.
Yes, we can. Okay, so you just concluded your LLB from SS, and while simultaneously doing the GPLLM program and also working and also having family. How have you been able to navigate all these things?
Yeah, again, people ask me that question a lot, and I think the reason why I'm able to navigate all of these things is that I'm really good at compartmentalizing. So, I've literally got like a tab in my head for one for school, one for work, one for family, and when I'm working on one thing, I'm only focused on one thing. So I often say that you'll get all of me for that little portion of time, right? Because when I'm doing that thing, I'm only focused on that thing. So when I'm working, I'm not stressing about work, or when I'm studying,
about school.
No, not stressing about school. When I'm studying, I don't want to think about work. I just kind of put that box away in my mind, and that helps me, because if I wasn't doing that, then yes, it is a lot of pressure, a lot of stress, and it's something now, because through all my degrees, it's a skill that I've developed, and because I did my MBA part-time while working full-time too. I actually had my second son during my MBA. So I've just become very good at compartmentalizing, and that's what I say to people, like, don't manage it's not so much about time management, it's about energy management. So don't manage your time, manage your energy. If you know, and it's a bit of an exercise in self-awareness. So if you know that, you are a morning person and that's when your energy is going to be the highest, just finish off the hardest task first. Eat that frog first.
Are you talking to me? Stop!
I know it's
that means I have to go to bed early.
Exactly. I mean, if you're a night person, then that's when you use your energy to study. If you're not a morning person, then I won't recommend that. So it's like I said, it's just knowing about yourself, what your strengths are, when your energy is highest, and focusing that energy into the task that is most critical in that moment.
Okay, thank you for that good advice. So what systems did you have to set in place? So this is Batool saying, I have to get this law degree.
Yeah.
But what systems did you have set in place to be able to juggle everything before the process started? And how has that helped you so far?
I definitely have to give credit to all the people around me. It's I could not have done all of this without the support of my husband, of course, and even my kids. I mean, they've been so cooperative because they've seen me in school for so long now. But you know what? It's motivational for them because they don't have an excuse. They don't have an excuse, right? Like, just an undergrad is not an option.
Oh my God!
They know that.
They're going to be watching this in a few years' time. They're like, oh my God, I need to have 7 degrees at this point.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I've set the benchmark high. So it's obviously, my husband does a lot, take care of the kids, but I've also got my family around me. I'm lucky that my parents live close by, my in-laws live close by, my sisters live close by. So I have a lot of help, and it's no shame to ask for help. Like, if you need the help, ask for it, and that's what family is for. That's what those friends are for, to step up if something is not working out. And oftentimes you have to prioritize. Like last week, for example, I had to be in class at 4 p.m., which means leaving home around 2:30 at the latest to make it here in time. My husband had to take his dad to the doctors, so he could not pick the kids up from school. So and they're old enough that they can be home alone. They're teenagers now, but the older one is 14, the younger one's still 7, but the older one can watch the little one. Exactly. So we had to kind of figure out how we're going to do this. So I just picked them up from school 15 minutes early. So their school ends at
It's always an option.
Yeah, so their school ends at 2:30. I picked them up at 2:15.
Probably happier.
Yeah, exactly. They were so happy to get out of school 15 minutes early. I dropped them home at 2:30 and I was on the road to downtown.
Okay.
So you kind of have to, navigate certain things and be flexible, because there's not always going to be a situation where everyone's available or somebody's available, and you make it work.
Okay.
And I have to say I'm very thankful to my employer as well, because my workplace has been so accommodating. If I need to be, like, I have classes Fridays, right? And that means leaving my desk at 2:30, and my manager has been very supportive, and there have never been any issues. So I think it's just finding your
the right people and your village,
and surrounding yourself with those people.
Okay, that's great. I have to find my own people too at this point. Yeah, because some employers don't understand the weekend program.
Exactly.
But it's a weekend. I'm like, Friday is also a weekend.
Yeah, it starts at 4 p.m.
Okay. I gotta find my own village. My village, are you watching me? Okay. So I guess I still have some questions related to your NCA and GPLLM experience. Now, for the NCA, as someone approaching the law later in life, how has your experience been like with that process, especially with the new changes that came into effect in March? Did that affect you in any way?
It did. So I do have to do the English language requirement now, which is
so crazy.
It's a bit strange because I went to school in Canada, so
you have more degrees than people in the NCA.
Yeah, and more, like, all of them other than the law degree have been in Canada, right? So, but the way I'm seeing it is, I've gone through so many hurdles. It's just one another box to check off, and I'll get it done. And then of course I had to take the Aboriginal or the Indigenous law course, which we just completed, which was actually, I didn't have a problem with taking that at all as a requirement, because that's one area I'm generally very interested in anyways. I see a lot of people complaining, but the way I see it is, like, you've come so far. It's just another process thing.
Yeah.
Get it over with, get it out of the way. Keep
Your eyes focused
your eyes focused on the
goal.
award and the goal. Like
Mhm.
your goal is to become a lawyer, and if this is what it's going to take, then just get up and do it. That's
Okay.
generally my view of this.
Okay, that's good. And how about the GPLLM experience? With your other unit, you could have chosen to go to Osgood or any other school
Yeah.
to fulfill the in-person requirements / NCA. Why did you choose UofT? And then how has your journey been like for the last year? And seeing that you have another one to go.
Yes, I have one more year. I mean, of course, UofT being, number one school in Canada, law school being one of the best in the world, that played a role.
Okay.
And I also like the fact that their program is very structured, because
Mhm.
I need structure in my life. Like, in order to balance all of these
Yes.
things, I need to know when my classes are going to be a year in advance. Like,
Mhm.
so the program calendar that they release at the beginning of the year,
Yes.
that's been very helpful for me to plan the rest of my
Ahead.
year. If I have work meetings, if I have to travel at a certain time, I can plan because I have a line of sight for the full year.
Mhm.
That was a big component. Of course, there's the weekend element of it as well, because I can be here on a Saturday, but if I was to go to another law school, I might have class in the evenings, and I really don't want to be in class till 10 p.m.
Yeah.
after a full day of work.
Yeah.
So yeah, those were various factors for why I chose UofT, and honestly, it's been a great experience. I
Okay.
think I have met such great people in this program,
Mhm.
lots of different perspectives, and the faculty is top notch.
Okay, that's great. In relation to the law, NCA,
Mhm.
GPLLM, and all of that, we are going to have to go through like an LSO licensing
Yes.
process. That's another huge hurdle that
Mhm.
we have to overcome.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on this, and like how are you going to be able to like navigate that, seeing that you already work a full-time job? Like a lot of people in our programs already have that.
Yeah.
Are thinking like, I don't want to quit my job for maybe an articling position that would pay me less. Like
Mhm.
it's becoming a stressor. Might
Yeah.
be something you have to worry about next year. But
Yes.
like, are you already thinking about that?
I am definitely thinking about it, and I've had conversations with my employer as well. What that means, it's one of those things that I just have to plan for, right?
Okay.
Like, yes, there'll be a pay cut. Obviously, I'm currently working at a director level, so it's going back to
Oof.
articling, is going back to the start and
Yeah.
starting from the bottom. And the funny thing is, I was telling my boss, in some ways, I'm actually looking forward to someone telling me what to do, because I'm tired of making decisions.
What?
It's like, I just tell me
I've
what
never
I
heard
need
that.
to do, because at a director level, you're accountable for
everything.
important decisions, right? And then at some
Oh.
point, you're just tired of it. So I'm keeping an open mind about
Okay.
it, and I'm willing to learn and absorb everything like a sponge. And
Mhm.
yes, there'll be a pay cut. You plan for that pay cut in
Mhm.
advance, and we'll make it work.
Okay, sounds good. So is there anything that you wish you had known before embarking on this tedious
Mhm.
journey to law? You wish someone might have told you that might have made your journey easier?
I came into this knowing that it'll be long. I just didn't realize it would feel this long. Like, especially the all day classes,
Yes,
right? Like it's and
Tedious.
exactly, just getting up on weekends early in the morning and making your way downtown.
Mhm.
It's-
Sometimes a cold noodle.
yeah,
Sorry, I had to put it in.
yes, quality food sometimes. But and also like in the winter, right? Like you're
Oh.
commuting when sometimes it's still dark outside,
Mhm.
and
A
it's
snowstorm.
exactly.
Mhm.
So that has definitely been challenging. I think you don't really realize it until you were
In it. Mhm.
I've still got one more year to go, so that's gonna
It's
continue.
gonna go by quick.
I hope so.
It's
I
gonna go
really
by
hope
quick.
so. But I also feel like the hardest part is done. Like,
Yes.
the LLB is done. I'm done one
1
year.
year.
So now it's just like the final stretch.
Mhm.
I just need to focus on that and be done with it.
Okay, that's great. And have you had any doubts or reflections along the way? Like, you wake up one morning, you're like, why am I doing this to myself? Like, no?
No. I'm a very
That's
decisive
the first.
person. I'm a very decisive person. If I
Okay.
put my mind to something, it's because I've evaluated the pros and cons
Okay.
thoroughly, and
Okay.
if I'm doing something, I'm doing it. I'm all in.
That's great.
Yeah.
All right. And then, have there ever been times where, for example, I know you've spoken about your
Mhm.
employers and how great they are, which is very, very good to have supportive
Yes.
employers. But have there been times where, okay, you didn't have any doubts,
Mhm.
but the people around you were like, Batool, why are you doing this? Like, just
I think it's more like not why are you doing this, it's more how are you doing this.
how? Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
it's like how are you managing all of this? Are you okay? Like, don't burn yourself out. That's definitely been a concern my family, my parents have had, but of course, at the same time, they're very proud of me for doing it. So, I think most people, when they have doubts, it comes from within themselves.
Yes.
And if you know what you want to do, hopefully you can curb those doubts.
Okay, that's good. My second to last question will be, what advice do you have for anyone who might be in a similar position as yourself? So they have established careers, have family and all of that, but they're thinking of taking this deep dive and transitioning their career. What advice would you have for anyone watching at this point?
I think I would say, like, get into this. Like, you have to really want it. It's not something you can just decide one day that, law seems like a cool career.
There's nothing cool about it.
Yeah. So it's or that I'm gonna make a lot of money if I become a lawyer. It's not so much about this. It's a long game. You have to realize that this is going to take time and effort and commitment, and you will have to prioritize. There will be things you like doing that you may not be able to do
for many years.
Exactly. Right. So for anyone going on this journey, that's definitely important. Obviously, for new graduates who are, let's say somebody just finished an undergrad and they're thinking of law school, I would probably tell them to go to law school in Canada if possible, because when you're young, like you don't want to have to worry about coming back to Canada and doing NCA and all of that, right? Like, if you can go to law school here, go to law school here. I don't know why they do this where they treat a UK law degree the way they do, but like, our legal system came from the UK, so it's unfortunate that it is that way, but there is still a certain degree of stigma if you are foreign trained. So if you're just coming out of undergraduate degree, I would recommend doing a law degree in Canada.
What if they're straight out of high school and they just go straight to the UK for law school and then do the NCA?
You save time
and money.
You save time and money, definitely. But again, in the grand scheme of things, it is still a headache, because then you have to find articling, and so
unless you have a position lined up for you.
Yeah, there's pros and cons. Like, obviously, if you know that you just want to open your own firm and you don't care about big law and all of that, then sure, go ahead and do it.
Okay.
For someone like me who was doing this later, I didn't really have a choice.
Yes.
Right.
Yes,
but for someone just starting off, I would probably say try to go to law school in Canada, just so you can avoid all the administrative.
Yeah, because it's a very weird system for NCA
the requirements
candidates.
keep changing, right?
They do.
That's the other thing.
It's an emotional requirement.
Yeah, exactly.
Based on whoever is sat at the table. Yeah.
You go to UK thinking, okay, when I come back, these are the requirements I have to meet. But by the time you come back, those requirements have changed. The goalpost has shifted. So that's the other thing.
That's true. Yeah. With your UK law degree, you might have to write an English exam.
Yes.
So just
exactly.
It
doesn't
even
matter
if you were born here.
Invented English.
Yes, doesn't matter. Who is thinking of this stuff? Anyways, that's not my headache to worry about. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Batool, for answering all my questions. I usually ask my guests if they have any questions for me, just because I've been the one asking questions. So if you have any questions for me, I'm happy to answer.
Of course.
You do?
I would like to know what your experience has been like through the GPLLM.
The GPLLM. It's been a good experience for me so far. I have tried to squeeze every single opportunity that comes my way, mainly because number one, I'm paying really expensively for this. So I have enjoyed the people that I've come across, having conversations and learning from different perspectives. And like I said earlier, seeing a lot of women in our programs who are already advanced in their careers, but they're going through this process like me. It makes me think, okay, Ella, you're doing something right.
Yeah.
But for the fact that I'm in this program, I wouldn't have met a lot of people that I've come across, and beyond the classroom. So I don't work full-time right now, but I'm able to attend all these networking events, come to the career fair, and meet a lot of interesting people, learn from not only their experiences but from their mistakes, because then I don't have to make that mistake that
Yeah.
that person made. So it's all about the experience for me, and I have been enjoying it. Apart from the day we had to come for a snowstorm class, and whenever we have cold noodles,
Yes.
everything else, which I vehemently complain about, but everything else has been good so
Yes,
far.
that's great. That's great
Yeah.
to hear. And,
Yeah.
and thank you again for having me.
You're welcome. Well, if you've reached up until this point, thank you so much for watching. But tell them to subscribe, like, and
Yes,
share.
please subscribe to our channel.
Yes.
You'll get to
Like the
know.
video, share, yeah, and turn on your notification bell so you get notified whenever I post my videos. If you have any questions, you can leave them down in the comment section. And everyone say thank you to Batool for showing up here. All right, I'll catch you all in my next video. Have a good one. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.